Hey everybody, we're revisiting the idea of creating that one-page business plan, that leanest possible plan that you can create that's going to help you think about your future as a business, whether you're startup, up and running, whatever stage you're in, whatever industry you're in. I'm going to try to address whatever works for you in the smallest possible compact format. In this section, we're going to talk about a group of external factors. These are things that you don't have full control over, but you definitely want to influence with your business. So the first one of these is your target market, the people you want to sell to. Who are those ideal customers that you're going to influence to enter your shop, to purchase your product, to engage with your services? How do we describe them? How do we work with them? That kind of thing. We're going to move on to the idea of strategic partnerships, key partners, resources, all of these external, possibly businesses, consultants, incubators, accelerators, all sorts of entities that you might want to interact with that'll help you grow your business. It might be key to the way that you differentiate yourself. And of course, the third section, competitors. Who are the people who are out there actively participating in the type of activities that you're engaging in? Who's already engaging your target market? Who do you need to beat in order to win the competition of selling to your target market? So one of the most important sections that we're going to talk about here today is the target market. The target market describes your perfect customers. Now, one of the fundamental needs for any business is a paying customer, right? But most businesses, in fact, need many paying customers over a long period of time. So in order to engage and describe this customer that you're going to imagine, I like to think about this concept called a persona. Now, a persona is where you invent, you create, you fabricate a human being out of thin air that represents what we call the early adopter, the perfect customer, the perfect early customer for the thing that you're going to offer. So if I have an innovative gaming product, my early adopter persona might be a middle-aged person who loves gaming but has a hard time making time for it because of their busy schedule. If I'm a local business, perhaps I say, and we live in this certain region and they can travel there by car because we have a parking lot. You can see how specific we're getting. And you can start to imagine that this person almost exists. And that's the goal of the persona. It starts to define how you might market your product, who you might interview if you want to talk to real life customers. All of that falls into the purpose of this persona. And it's especially useful for startups. As your business develops, or if you're already an up and running business, you can imagine you start to get multiple personas, right? A diversity of types of customers that come in. And this section is still perfect for that. Describe those different groups or types of customers. What are their different habits? What are their different purchasing power? Or what are their different preferences when it comes to your product's features, your marketing messages, your price points, that kind of thing. So you can describe those in this section as well. To wrap it up, when you're thinking about this target market section of your one-page business plan, of your pitch, of your brief plan, really try to be summary, but also very specific when you're describing your target market. But pro tip, do not include the entire universe as your target market. All human beings is not specific enough. And it's a trap that some businesses fall into. They think, I can sell to anyone. Anyone would want this product. Regardless, you need to be very specific in who you intend to have as your early adopter so that your marketing message, your marketing campaigns, your sales channels, and ultimately everything you do as a business can be very specific and guided by that customer. So the second external factor that we're talking about here today is the competitors, your competition, the folks who are also trying to talk to your customers or keep customers from purchasing your product or service. So really 3 big tips here to think about as you're completing this section. Again, very briefly and very succinctly. The very first one, who are those competitors? Who are the direct competitors? Where do they live? What do they do? How do they super serve the customers that you wish were coming to your front door? What are their weaknesses in terms of what do the customers not like about their product or service? This is a great chance to interview not just your customer base, but possibly also visit your competitors. Go to their website, investigate how they do, look at their reviews, all of that kind of thing to develop this list of competitors. So that's step one. Step two, which I think a lot of people often forget about, I want you to think about what I call indirect competition. What are factors other than competitors that look just like you that might keep your customers from wanting to purchase your product or service? These might be trends, social trends, environmental trends, monetary trends. If somebody no longer is interested in the kind of thing I'm selling, that's an indirect competition to me selling to them. And finally, third, how are you better than all of those options? How are you better than what the competitors offer? How are you better than not having your product? Why is the grass greener when they come over to your side of the farm? And describe that in great detail. The goal for this section is usually quite simple. I often see it expressed as a simple chart. What is that list of competitors or indirect competition? And how is your product or service superior or better at serving your target market? And keep it simple, keep it brief. The final section in our external factors here is the key partnerships or resources, these external entities that will work with you to help you make your business succeed. Surprisingly, I see a lot of businesses take this section a little lightly or just have a very sort of cursory list of things they associate with. But this is a great section to really express your business's personality, your personality as an owner, and also your industry expertise. If you clearly express a depth of knowledge of the types of supply chain you'll need to work with, the uniqueness of the providers you work with, and even some of the mentors, incubators, accelerators that will help make you successful, you sound a lot more reasonable, a lot more authoritative, and more like a business that will indeed succeed in the way you describe. For most people, those external factors we just talked about are a lot to think about and a lot to work on. So I'd say take a pause right now, get to work, try a draft of all three of these sections. Check out the problem we're solving and solution video from before, and check out the next section we have either coming up soon or already live on this same channel. We're gonna get through this one-page business plan together and have a lean product that we can present to our friends, our family, business partners, potential employees, potential investors, potential lenders. So the value here is immense. Let's keep it going together. I'll talk to y'all soon.